Hi, welcome to NDE TV. I'm Peggy Robinson. Today's guest is Lisa Kopelinski, and she had an out-of-body experience. She's going to share with us today. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Peggy. Thank you so much. I love listening to your NDE stories, and thank you so much for what you do. It means a lot to everybody. Even though I had an OBE, it's very similar to having an NDE without the trauma of the death or dying. My soul did leave my body, and I'm going to tell you about how I was able to do that, or how I was open to this happening. Because it started with a girls' night out. I saw that a psychic medium was coming into our town to give messages from loved ones that had passed. And I thought that would make a really fun night out with my girlfriends. So we brought our little wine tote and showed up at the place where it was happening. And we walked in, and it was so quiet, and we were the only ones that were not seated yet. So we walked in and went, oh boy, this isn't that kind of party. So we found our seats, we sat down. She started giving messages to each person around the room from their loved ones that have passed. And then she came to me and said, you have a mother, grandmother figure who would like to come through. And I was like, okay, I don't know who that is, but let's go. And the things that I was told, there's no way that she could have known. They had to come directly from spirit because, for example, she said, I see you throwing lots of dinner parties and having lots of guests over, and that's wonderful. Keep doing that. But then I see you standing in front of your sink and your counter, putting your dishes away. This is not the time for that. Don't do that while your guests are here. So she was telling me it's more important to be with your guests than it is to worry about your dishes. The other thing that was said was, oh yeah, she said she loves what you're creating in your basement. And I was like, I was making lotions in my basement. She said she loves the scents. Keep doing that. And I said, oh my God, she can see what I'm doing in my basement? I didn't know they could see everything we do, so that was surprising. And the third thing was, she said, your soul horse. And I was like, I had 3 horses. Which one is she talking about, And she said, the one that had the chest injury. And I was like, that's Kokomo. She knows that too. And she said, he will forever run because of your love for him. Because he was having some hoof issues and things and completely got over that after that. So she was telling me, we see, so I was a believer after that. I was like, okay, they really do know what's going on in our lives. So fast forward, she was coming back the next year to do the same thing. This time I brought 5 people with me. And same messages around the room. Everybody got something very meaningful and spiritual from the other side for them. And then she said, I'm going to be hosting this Empowering You to Be Your True Self all-day spiritual seminar. And I didn't really care about that, but my niece did. And she was with me. And she said, Lisa, I'm going to go to this. I'm going to come back because she lives in Michigan and I'm in Illinois. I'm going to come back and go to this. And I'm like, oh. She's going to stay at my house overnight. She's going to go to this all day on Sunday. All right, I should go too, because I'm the one who brought her to this. I'm the one who introduced her to this psychic medium. And I kind of felt guilty if I just didn't go with her. So I signed up. There we go. I really didn't know what we were in for. I didn't know what it was about. I just said yes because Haley wanted to go, my niece. So we get there, and the first part of the day we spent, she said, writing down, who are you? Who's hurt you? Who do you need to forgive? So we spent, an hour or so writing, and, lots of soulful things coming out on the paper. And then we didn't read it around the room, but we did read the part about who are you? And I was very surprised that almost all the people's answers were very similar. Okay, so very heartfelt, non-judgmental, that kind of thing. And so that was cool. We took a break for lunch, came back, and she started working with us about energy. So it was crystals, tarot cards, tuning forks, and this was all new to me. I had never been through anything like this or experienced anything like that before. So that was really interesting. I learned a lot. And at the very end of this day, she said, we're going to do a deep guided meditation. I'd never meditated ever in my life. I mean, I was like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm in, I've been here all day. So she played 432 megahertz music, which matches the vibration of our universe, which I didn't know at the time, but I thought it was the most beautiful music I had ever heard. It just totally resonated with me. I was like, okay, so she told us ahead of time, we're going to go through 3 tiers of experience. 1, find your loved ones that have passed. 2 was go to the library, pick a book, open it up and see what's for you. 3 was go in the elevator up to the 10th floor. So there we are, closing our eyes, the music's playing, deep breaths and all that, getting ready to meditate. And she says, picture yourself in one of the most beautiful places that you like, whether it's the beach, mountains, a ski slope, whatever is meaningful for you, picture yourself there. And I'm going, I don't see anything. I couldn't see anything. I'm like, this isn't working. I don't see anything. I can't do it. And then I said to myself, Lisa, there's 15 Reiki masters in this room and they're all seeing something and you're not. You have to try harder. And all of a sudden there I am and I see an ocean and the sand and the waves trickling in, and I see my feet standing there with the waves trickling over. And I said, oh, okay, all right, I'm at the ocean. And then I saw my body actually raised up above this ocean, and I see the sand, and here comes my grandfather who had passed over here, Papa Harry, and then here comes my dog Sparky over here, and he's running toward my grandfather, and he's jumping up and down on his legs. He's like so happy, and he's hi. And my dog, who had passed at age 13, was only, he looked around 4 years old. He was young. Okay, so that happened. Now she says, go to the library. And this got easier for me to start visioning these. So all of a sudden I'm in this library, like I looked like a very wood everywhere, Harry Potter type library. There's a big stair over here going up to the shelves that are really high, all kinds of books. I see all these books. Hold on. And I knew exactly which book I wanted. I scanned like this and I said, that's the book. So the book opens in front of my eyes. And the first thing I was shown was something that looked like a geometric shape that was Roman, Gothic type. And later on, I was able to find that, and it was Metatrons Cube.
What is it?
If you know it. Metatrons Cube. So I'd like to read you what that means, because I was curious. I wanted to read what it means. So here we go. The Metatrons Cube acts as the channel via the source of energy, creates the potential field of creation. This is a field of very high vibrational frequencies with a capacity to ripple out all through existence, leading to the creation of physical matter, sound, and color. It represents the field of source energy, and it permeates through all levels and aspects of creation. It proves that God is the entire field of love. Love is this context. It means live one vibrational energy. Okay, so
how do you spell that?
METATRON, Metatrons Cube.
Q, like QUE?
QUBE, cube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last part is the Metatrons Cube also shows that God is the physical matter, sound, color, and wave described by this. So
it's cube, like CUBE.
CUBE, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So then the page turns, and I'm seeing this very old Gothic key, like an old skeleton key. I don't know why I'm showing these things at the time, but then I went and looked that up, and it says the spiritual meaning of an old skeleton key. Key symbolism indicates opening or discovering that which is hidden or secret. Because skeleton keys usually can open more than one lock, they are often considered a powerful symbol. So the page turns, the third thing I see is this most bright, beautiful, fluorescent blue and green fish. I mean, the colors were not that we see here. They were so much more magnified, okay? But I don't know why I was shown that. I couldn't figure that one out. So we close the library book. And now she's telling us to go in the elevator. And I see this elevator standing right in front of me. And I'm like, there's stairs over there. I see these stairs. They're like wrought iron stairs. And I'm like, I'm not taking the elevator. I'm going up those stairs. So there I go. And I start climbing the rungs of the stairs. And in between, there was 3 rungs. Okay, 3, 1, 2. In between the first and second, there's a space. So I had to jump to grab the second one. And then I'm climbing up those. And right at that point in front of me is this beautiful young 20-something lady. And she's got flowy, long hair and a white gown. And she's in front of me going up the stairs. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to follow her. She knows where she's going. So I start following her. I jump to the 3rd one and I go up. And all of a sudden, I'm not Lisa anymore. I'm in some place. I don't know where I am. I saw static white light everywhere, like that. Like, if your TV screen was off and they see that static white light, or TV screen on, no picture, that's what it looked like. And I'm like, where am I? All of a sudden, this thing I was trying to create wasn't creating anymore. I was in it. So I'm looking around. I'm trying to look around. It's everywhere. That's all I can see. That's all I can see. And I remember I'm trying to turn my head to look to the left, and I couldn't hardly turn it. It was like this. I couldn't, but I could see. It's all the way over there. And I did the same thing on the right side. It's all the way over there. It's all the way in front of me. I'm looking in front of me like I'm just sitting there by myself. That young lady wasn't there anymore. And here comes this golden, bright, rectangular light in front of me from far away, coming toward me. And it's coming toward me. And I'm like, and when it got close to me, I could feel the warmth and the love. And I said, I know you. I know you. I've been searching for you my whole life. And I knew it was God's energy. And I could feel, I'm going to say he, because a male voice spoke to me, but I could feel him smile. Okay, like smile. And he says, telepathically, not with words, 3 words to me: look, Lisa, see. And he surrounds me and envelops me. So I am part of this golden light. And all of a sudden we're in the universe, and I'm looking at planets one at a time, going right past them with him. Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Saturn, all of them one at a time. And he wants me to see these planets. And I was mesmerized because they're beautiful, for one, visually, and they're alive, and they have a hum, like a vibration. And each one of them was a different vibration. So I could hear the song that they were singing. It was really amazing. And then he takes me in the middle of the universe, and he positions me like this. And I said, I'm going to fall. And he says, no, you're not. I've got you. And then I wanted to check on myself. As I was there, I wanted to check on Lisa at the table in the meditation. So I did. I went right back to myself, and I was just like this. And I said, oh, look, she's fine. And it floored me because I was out there, and I said, she's fine, like not even referring to me as me. So he positions me specifically in a certain way, and he's showing me a planet. And I'm looking.
Now, who's he?
God.
Okay.
Source. I don't, whatever name you want to use.
I want you to say what you believe it was.
Yeah. The voice sounded male, but source energy. So here comes it. I see it's Earth, and he brings it close to me like this, because I wasn't figuring out what planet was at first, like a magnifying glass. And I realized it was Earth, because I know what Earth looks like from books and things. And Earth starts rotating this way, right? Clockwise, slowly, very slowly. And one bright light is on Earth, and it like comes at me. And as the Earth is turning, another one, and another one, and another one. And I could see all these white, bright lights on Earth. So many of them. Like, those are our souls. So one flies into my soul and I feel pain, anger, jealousy, fear, all these low negative vibrations are pouring in me one at a time and getting faster and faster and faster until I felt like this, like that. I said, I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode. And everything stopped. And I said, they're ruining your beautiful creation on earth. Because that's what I felt I was being shown. That these souls and these emotions and these pains that we have here are destroying our true makeup, our true soul self. And after I said those things, everything stopped. And I was held in the most unconditional love, peace. There was no, I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't see anything. I was in what I call the no thing. I don't even know what else to call it. I was held in no thing but love. And that's when her voice brought me back into my body because the meditation was over. Now I have to tell you, there were some physical things happening to me while I was there because I realized, okay, so I have to go back. As I jumped up and as I was getting to the point of going up the stairs and all of those things, my body was doing things at that table. I remember that my arms were lifting off the table like this, straight up into the air, and that there was a fire in each palm, like a I don't know what to call it. I was being pulled, okay, from my palms up and my soul up and out of my body. That's how my soul got out of my body. It was like a magnetics, or I couldn't make it stop. And then my eyes were flickering really fast back and forth, really fast. Like, so I don't know if they call that, that's like in REM sleep or whatever, but that was happening. So my body felt paper thin. I didn't have a body. I could feel my heaviness leaving. Like, and there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Oh yeah, when I told you I was gonna fall, you knew that. I didn't have any arms or legs. I looked, I didn't have any arms or legs. So I must have been like just a soul spirit form while I was there. So after we come back from the meditation, that was pretty much the end of the spiritual day. And we just walked out of there. And I was like, pretty much dumbfounded. Like, I didn't know this could happen. Nobody told me this could happen. What did I just go through? Now I had a lot to figure out after that. Like, I studied everything I can get my hands on about spirituality and, you know, Law of One books. I have so many different things I studied. Life after life, life between life, anything I could get my hands on, because I wanted to make sense of how this could happen, right? Pretty easily. And when I came back, I was so excited to tell everybody what I experienced. I was like a little kid. You have to hear what happened to me. You have to hear this. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. And everyone's like, yeah, you must have dreamt it. Oh no, that's not possible. Were you on drugs? You know, so many things were said. And I was like, no, you know me. This happened. But a lot of people had a hard time understanding and believing it. And I did come back with gifts. I came back being able to hear people's thoughts, seeing auras around everything, moving energy. I could make the lights go up or down. I turned on my garbage disposal by walking by. There was a couple very distinct things that happened when I could open doors with my mind. And I was like, what am I? You know, like, wow. I came back with so much of this energy from there that I was able to do things that humans really don't do. Two quick examples of opening the doors. I was sitting outside with one of my friends. My dog was out there with us. And we were just chit-chatting, and she started barking to go in. She gives the one bark, I want to go in. And he's closer to the door. So I kind of looked at him like, you're closer, why don't you do it? You know, I didn't say anything. I just thought that. And he just looked back at me and said nothing. She barked again, and I went. someone just opened the door for her. The door opened. She goes in, the door closed. We didn't get up. We didn't do it. I guess I did it. But, and then the other one was we were on vacation with friends. There was like 12 of us. And I was making appetizers to bring out to the back patio for everybody. And I had a couple plates in my hand and I went to the sliding glass door and I was looking for a table, something to set one down so I could get the door open. And there wasn't one. And I'm standing there like, can anybody see me? Guys, can anybody see me? I need help. Can you open the door? Can someone open the door? Oh, the door opened. I went through. The door closed. And I said, Sharon, thank you for opening the door for me. She says, well, I didn't open the door. Like, here we go again. Oh, so that happened. Oh, let's see. Okay. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out here. So a year goes by and I had this pulling to go to Mount Shasta in California. I know it's a very, where the veil is thinner, a very spiritual place where you can actually connect to your guides and get a much closer connection there. So I wanted to go. So we went, my husband and I and another couple. And we had a what you call a spiritual mountain guide who took us to the places with the portals and those kind of things. And there was a lot of orbs seen and rainbow colors around us and things like that. It was amazing. But this is when my automatic writing started. So it wasn't right away. It was after I went to Mount Shasta. I went on the airplane to go home and I had this need inside to write and I didn't know why. And this is my first writing and probably my most profound writing that happened to me. And after that, I could write whenever I wanted. And I was writing just by taking myself aside, blanking my mind and letting the pen go without thought. And then I would read it afterwards and go, wow, like that. So I'd like to read you this one because it is very important and very profound. And this happened to me, like I said, in 2018. So this was a year later. It's called Everything is Vibrational Frequency Energies. We are here on earth to we are here on earth to learn to lift our own and in turn each other's vibrations, all in search for the one infinite creator, who I will call God, and the unity among us. This is done by living our lives as our creator is, through laughter, sharing, caring, loving, showing kindness, compassion, and service to others. In order to raise one's vibrations high enough to live each day in this blissful state, from the heart of giving, one must be pured from any previous turmoil, pain, and sufferings created through life path choices and others. This can only be done through forgiveness of first yourself and then of others. This takes much deep soul-searching work, turning all that is stuck inside out to see it for what it was and release it from inside. In turn, this can eliminate diseases as thoughts become things. Thoughts of negativity toward others will not only hurt that other self, but more importantly, hurt your own self, as any thoughts to words that stray from source stick inside and can create disease. What you think is powerful. What you say is powerful. We are all co-creators, as a piece of God is inside us, in this quantum DNA parts, waiting to be discovered, felt, and used for the good of all of humanity. Turn the page. Ooh, it's a little long. We're getting there. We are much more than this heavy-bodied human shell, as inside us are our infinite heart souls. We are light and love, alive from the cosmos, free to share our light in the unity of love. Each of us is the same in our core selves before the earth teachings and lessons begin, as we are each a piece of the whole from God. The ultimate goal is to see others as yourself on similar paths, trying to grow, learn, and evolve just the same as you, but with different lessons and circumstances. We as a species of humans are to learn to evolve together, not separately. It is the collective consciousness, raised vibrations of many that assists in the ascension of a healed society and earth. Again, collective consciousness is key. A oneness with all, not segregation and separation. It is time to find your strength and beauty within and bring it forth to others. This is the shift in consciousness as the earth is moving from a third dimensional energy planet through fourth into a fifth dimensional energy planet, as was already foretold by many of our ancestors, masters, and prophets. Each of us is at a different part of this process of raising our own vibrations to match a fifth dimensional planet. This will happen regardless. The new energy waves have already been streaming in, thus symptoms are occurring along with it. No, you are not going crazy. The predicted years were 2012 to 2036, with 2020 being a very key important year. Now is the time. I wish all of you, excuse me, much happiness, peace, love, and laughter. So in 2018, I wrote about 2020. I had no idea what was going to happen in 2020. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe, do you know of anything that happened, like you could have had an NDE and not remembered, like a time you were sick or accident or anything, or a severe trauma that, okay, I was just curious. It was just that going in that meditation.
Things happened to me in my lifetime earlier on that I can't explain. And I could tell you some of those things. One would be, I was in my 20s, early 20s. And I was driving with my girlfriend to go look at wedding dresses with her. And as I'm driving in the car, this bright white light flies into my soul and out the top of my head. And I knew who it was. It was my sister's mother-in-law. I knew who it was. I felt who it was. It was her. And she died. And I knew it. And I went to call my sister and say, Lynn, I think Marty just died. And I said, she doesn't know yet. You can't do that. She's going to think you're weird. And she did tell me, yeah, Marty died yesterday at 5 o'clock at night. And I said, I know. She went through me. That happened. There's other connections that I have now with whatever you want to call them. If it is, my mother-in-law who came through with the psychic medium, that she'll tell me things by knocking on the wall specifically. Like this time, I had to put one of my horses down. I didn't want to be there physically. My husband went. I didn't want to see it. It would be too painful. So I sat at home outside on my bench, and I said to her, them, whoever, please let me know when you've got him. Please let me know when you've got him, like that. And I waited. I waited maybe 20 minutes. 3 distinct knocks on the wall next to my head. Boom, boom, boom. We've got him. My husband texted me right after that and said, Lisa, it's done. I said, I know, they told me. Yeah, communication is there. It's there. You just have to, the hard part is you have to let go of all the external noise around you in order to hear, because it's very subtle. They're not going to scream in your face. They're going to be very subtle about it. And I'm able to do that. I'm able to let go of mind thoughts and just be. That was a hard one to do because we're constantly programmed with things. But I had to tell my thoughts, no, stop. And I had to do that a lot of times before I could actually not have them, unless I wanted them, right?
I had a question in my mind.
Oh boy.
I know what it was.
Go ahead.
I know people ask in the comments,
yeah.
Who is that psychic medium?
Oh, sure. It's also in my book. I don't mind telling, and I'd like to tell you who the guy in Mount Shasta is too. It's important what he does. And this is the way they describe themselves. Okay. So the psychic medium describes herself. Her name is Nancy Laporta. She describes herself as a trans medium, medical intuitive, and spiritual advisor. So she was gifted with insight from an early age. into what is known as the other side or the spiritual world. She is able to offer and guide you with information that you need to hear to give you a better awareness of your world and the influences all around you. So let's see, I want to say a little more here. She can help you find spiritual healing, enlightenment, and a new peaceful state of being to help you enjoy the world around you better. So she's on the East Coast, but she comes to my town once a year. That's why I was able to see her. And
What state is she in?
I don't want to get it wrong.
Okay.
It's Coast, like maybe Massachusetts. I don't.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's
yeah.
okay.
I might be right about
You
that.
have a book, is it published?
Oh, I have 2 books. Yes.
Okay.
And you can get them on Amazon. The first one's called Pure Soul Truths, Messages from Beyond.
Did you send me those links?
No, I will send you the links.
Okay.
I will do that. And I can read you, like, this is my automatic writing. So the first book does tell the story of my journey that I just told you, plus the automatic writings that started right after that. The second book is called, and I can read you one from each book if you just want to get a feel for what's in these books. Pure Soul Truths, the messages continue, because they didn't stop. They kept going. So I said, okay, well, I got enough with another book. Here we go.
Make people get it if they want to read it.
Okay, yeah. If you want me to read you one, I can. It's just soulful things, okay?
So where are you at in your life now with all this? Is it increasing?
Even though I changed tremendously as a person, spiritual, what do you call it? STE, Spiritually Transformative Experience. I kept my same life, but I couldn't do the things I was doing anymore. I was in the corporate chemical world for 35 years, chemical sales. It had zero meaning for me after this experience, zero meaning. I had to get out. I hung in there for probably over a year before I got out, and it was painful because there wasn't much meaning in it for me at all. So I had to find things that were meaningful to me now.
I know what you mean. It's like once we start having these experiences, it's like between the mind and the soul. And we don't want to do that mind stuff anymore.
Yes.
We want to fill our soul.
Yes, exactly. So I do deliver food to the seniors during the week with Meals on Wheels. I love that because I'm one-on-one with these people and they're so appreciative and they know me and they wait for me to come, and it makes their lives better and mine too. So I still do that. I love that. It's a volunteer thing. I'm a moderator for 3 Facebook groups that are important to me. 2 are regarding NDEs, so near-death experiences, and what near-death experiences teaches us. Those are the 2 groups. And then the 3rd group is called The Event is Happening. So it would be like maybe the evolution and consciousness type group. So I moderate that group. I love doing those things. I am also what they call a video librarian for IANDS, International Association of Near-Death Studies. So I watch the NDE videos and I categorize them as to what the people saw or what they went through. There's like product categories so that people can find a video easier by going to that. Like if you want to know, somebody had a childhood NDE or somebody had 3 NDEs, multiple NDEs.
You're the video librarian for IANDS?
I am.
Okay. So do you handle like their podcast or no, their website with a list of videos? That's what it is.
Other people do that. When they have them on their podcast, I go in, watch the video and put the tags on what they experienced.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I should do that.
Yeah.
Like take my videos, the ones that deal with this and the ones that deal with that.
I could do it for you.
Could you?
I already know what I'm doing.
Awesome.
I would love to do that for you. I love watching these NDE videos so much. One, I feel like I found my tribe, my spiritual vibe tribe, and I don't feel so alone in my experience. It validates and I find them fascinating.
Well, I have a first job off the top of my head for you. I've been on a radio station, Artists First, Aging Without Wrinkles, is a professor out of Cleveland, Ohio. and she has me on periodically. This will be my 4th time, and I'm going to be on it first part of April.
Okay.
And she has asked about people I have interviewed that have had died of drug overdose.
Yes.
So I thought, now I'm gonna have to go through all my videos and find all those that
That's
have
right.
drug overdose.
Right. Right.
You could do that?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
that would be amazing.
I can do that. Yes.
Okay.
I would love to do that because
That'd
I
be
love
awesome.
watching these videos and I have the time for it. I
Because
really,
I thought I'm gonna have to like set a week,
Yeah.
to go through my videos and try to find all those that have.
yes, so they can be categorized so somebody can go right to that if that's what
Yeah.
they're talking about. Yeah, it's
That'd
good.
be awesome.
Yeah. I
That'd be
think I
so
forgot.
cool.
Did I forget to tell you about Paul and what he says he is on the mountain? He said if
Okay.
he's going to Mount Shasta, I highly recommend. It was only a half day that I went with Paul on the mountain, but it was so worth it. Okay, it's Paul Isaac, ISAAC. It's in my book also, Mount Shasta Spiritual Tours. He says, I came to earth to help raise the frequency to one of pure love, divine source love that is your original light. Mount Shasta is a multidimensional portal, a mirror showing us the purity within ourselves. She is the mountain of love, radiating this energy for us all to awaken to who we really are. So that's what he says about him. Beautiful. Yeah, so we'll get in contact with each other after this and
Okay.
see how you'd like me to. I mean, I have a list of categories already. See how you like me to proceed with that. And
Well, however you normally do it for them, I mean, you could just do it on mine. I mean,
okay.
and then, I mean, is that gonna be too much work for you? I don't know what's all
Well,
involved in.
I can do. I'll do. Well, these videos are over an hour usually, so I could do. Usually a couple a week, 2, 3 a week, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have my calendar right in front of me, but yeah, sometime first part of April, she's gonna have me on, and
Okay.
so.
Okay. Very good.
So
Oh, this is great.
you're an answer to my prayers. A lot of people like, oh, that's not an NDE. But yeah, it's out of body. It's all
out
getting
of
to know
body.
what's on the other side.
I know.
And why they happen, we don't know.
I know.
Like I had, little OBE after my 5-year-old drowning.
Wow.
I didn't know what this stuff was, of course,
Right.
5 years old. And I just know that these strange things happen after my drowning for a while. And then
Yeah.
after my 25-year-old NDE, strange things happen for a while. And then throughout my life, these things like you're talking about,
Yeah.
they just happen.
Right. Yeah. I like.
And it's just like these hints of God letting us know, I'm here.
Right.
This is
Wow.
what it's
So
like.
powerful.
And
It's so powerful. The love was so magnified. I can't find that kind of love here. It's, I keep
Yeah.
trying.
it's like a little heaven on earth.
Yeah. I have to do things to keep that beautiful, peaceful, balanced vibe. I have to,
Yeah.
I do. I play certain music and meditation, and I love that peaceful, balanced love vibe. Compassion is not going to come if you don't concentrate on it every day a little bit.
Yeah. I know people, that are, and more power to them. I should do it, like are focused on their diet and their exercise and their health and all this. And I'm like, I'm focusing on my spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's called
I need to keep my
body,
spirit in check.
That's my first go-to, but it is mind, body, spirit as a human being with our physical form. Kind of got to bring it all together. But
Right. Balance.
Yeah.
But I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
Like I could care less.
I'm a
And
sponge.
people
Right.
that know me my whole life, they're like, you used to be so thin. I'm like, I never worked at it.
Yeah.
I didn't diet. I didn't exercise. I've never been into that.
Right.
And now the weight's just coming on after menopause and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care. I care about the spiritual stuff.
Me
because
too.
your spirit is eternity. And I
Yeah.
want to get it ready.
Me
I want to
too.
get in shape,
Same.
for when I die.
Same.
The spirit
Same.
in shape.
I know. I'm like, I'm done with karma. I'm freeing myself from that.
And it's free. And I know a lot of women my age, and they even younger, I know it's in their 40s, they start worrying about, oh my gosh, I got a wrinkle. Oh my God, I'm turning 40, I'm turning 50. I'm like, girl, I'm getting this here neck going on.
Right.
It's great.
I'm
My
like,
body is wasting away because I'm not going to need it.
I know.
All
This is
spirit and all
physical
soul.
avatar. You can only do so much with your physical avatar, but you can do a lot with your spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I look at those things differently than other people.
Mhm.
And since I was little, I love babies and children, and I love old people. I've always been that way. So getting old to me is like, bring his great granny stuff on. This is golden years. This is wisdom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm weird.
No, you're not weird one bit. It's animals for me. Okay, animals and babies and elderly. Yeah, they have some kind of beautiful vibe, and I just love them. The unconditional love from animals. Wow.
I just got a message this morning asking me if I would have more people on talking about the animal
Oh, that would
stuff.
be great. There's a category.
I'm like, I don't know where to find them. They're going to have to come to me, just like you did. You brought out about your animals.
Yeah.
And we have animals. I mean, we have a little farm. We've had one dog 8 years, another one 6 years. We have our cat 2 years. And there's such a communication.
Yeah.
And we've had cats pass.
Mm.
And there's communication. Like, I said the other day, this cat drowned in my pool a few years back. My husband, we couldn't find her. And my husband found her out in the pool, and we were burying her. And just as we finished burying her, I looked over, and on the porch where she liked to sit was this light beam coming straight.
Wow.
And I took a picture of it, and you can see this light beam. I'm like, there's Molly sitting there watching us bury her.
Wow.
And I told my husband, I said, I want to go out and get another cat at the pound right now, because I felt like that would be what Molly wanted. Yeah. She would want me to rescue another cat and let that home like she had. And we did. We went and got another cat. And
that's so beautiful. I'm the same. I've had many dogs in my life, cats too, and horses also. But when one goes, I get another. I have no hesitation to bring another soul in with my family. I'm not one that mourns the loss so much that I can't have another. I'm like, give me another, bring me another, bring me another.
And I'm that way with friendships, relationships too. Like, this friendship, it didn't work out, and it was a great friendship, but it's like it run its course. Yeah, I want another friend. Yeah, I know. I had foster kids, I say 60. We had in and out, and I would cry and mourn, every time they'd leave. But I want another foster kid. Yeah, beautiful. And even my sons, grew up and they left the nest. Yeah, we adopted a bunch of kids. I'm like, I replace. I love it. And people might think that's not right. Like, you've had this one love of your life and you can never love again. I'm like, there's a lot of people out there needing love, just like there's a lot of animals needing love. And it's the giving that brings, it brings you love. Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, it's good to keep your heart open. Absolutely. That you're not going to close off. I'll never love again. I'll just hate everybody. And I don't want to talk to anybody, because you can feel that way. You're right. But if you open up and realize there's more people out here that need. Yeah, because you're not in an expansive mode when you do that. You're not expanding your soul. You're squashing it, Yeah. And we're meant to be loving creatures. And right. Absolutely. Love is the highest vibration. Yeah. So it's been so nice meeting you. You too. Wow. And send me those links so I can put it in your description. Okay, I will do that. Thank you so much for this. And I'm serious. If you want to help me with that, I'd be so grateful. I will do that. Okay. I would love to do that with you. All right. Okay, Peggy. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.